Port Charles on fire, power, secrets, and a brewing war on General Hospital. As summer reaches its boiling point in Port Charles, so does the tension across every faction of power, love, and revenge. The July 15, 2025 installment of General Hospital delivers an explosive convergence of threats, emotional manipulations, and escalating criminal warfare that threatens to rip families apart and unravel long-held loyalties. With personal vendettas masquerading as moral obligations and innocent lives caught in the crossfire, the episode transforms Port Charles into a pressure cooker primed for detonation. It begins with Drew, who has shed any remaining traces of restraint. No longer the tempered peacemaker, he has evolved into a man galvanized by the belief that justice, and perhaps redemption, must be taken, not waited for. His relentless campaign to push Michael into submission has reached a darker level, and Carly knows it. When Drew coldly warns Carly that Michael's refusal to compromise will only invite unimaginable pain, it's more than a statement, it's a declaration of war. Drew is no longer threatening Michael the man, he's targeting Michael the son, knowing full well that Carly's maternal instincts may be her only vulnerability. But Carly has never been the type to back down. If anything, Drew's aggression only sharpens her resolve. She will protect Michael by any means necessary, even if it means neutralizing Drew with weapons of her own making. As Drew maneuvers from the shadows, Willow confronts the daylight with confusion and suspicion. Encountering Michael at the hospital, she immediately questions his motives, asking what he has done this time. The scene is emotionally loaded, despite its mundane exterior. Michael is merely bringing Daisy for a checkup, but nothing is ever simple between them. The once sacred foundation of trust between Michael and Willow is now fractured, and even routine interactions crack under the pressure of unspoken guilt, unresolved betrayal, and emotional exhaustion. Willow isn't merely questioning Michael's actions, she's questioning the man he's becoming, and whether there's any part of the man she once loved still within him. Back at the Quartermaine estate, where business and bloodlines intersect with icy calculation, Tracy emerges with a proposition that could shift more than just corporate holdings. Known for her cunning and ability to manipulate even the most stoic players, Tracy's offer carries strategic implications. Whether she is plotting with Brooke Lynn to protect Deception from collapse, aligning with Curtis in a silent war against Drew, or attempting to coax Geo into extending grace to a long-forgotten mother, every option reveals Tracy's uncanny ability to see 6 moves ahead. Her every sentence is weighted with possibilities, each one capable of setting a new scheme in motion. But the psychological manipulations of the Quartermaines pale in comparison to the looming darkness gripping Port Charles's criminal underworld. Lucas, once a gentle soul wrapped in medical scrubs and idealism, is now a man on the verge of unraveling. Desperate and furious, he confronts Jason with a chilling accusation that Marco's blood is on his hands. Marco's disappearance is more than a mystery, it's a seismic shift in Lucas's world, shaking his sense of safety, control, and identity. Jason, as always, remains stoic, perhaps even indifferent, but his silence speaks volumes. Whether he's guilty by action or omission, Jason stands as a lightning rod for the pain Lucas can no longer contain. If Lucas's heartbreak metastasizes into rage, the consequences may be lethal. Meanwhile, the true war brews in the shadows between two titans, Sunny and Sidwell. Their battle isn't just about territory or dominance, it's a personal vendetta fueled by fire and blood. Sunny's wrath has been simmering since the arson attack on Christina, and his retaliation, kidnapping Sidwell's son, Marco, is both symbolic and strategic. In a moment thick with tension, Sunny hurls a deadly ultimatum. "You got your son into this, get him out." The stakes have become irrevocably personal. This is no longer mafia posturing, it's vengeance disguised as justice. And somewhere, in a locked room echoing with pleas for mercy, Marco's terrified voice can be heard. "Get me out of here." That cry, though brief, fractures the cold silence of mob diplomacy. Marco is not an enforcer or informant. He is a son, a pawn, a victim of the sins of fathers who long ago lost their humanity in pursuit of control. The raw desperation in his voice draws a sharp contrast to the measured brutality of Sunny and Sidwell. Yet, neither man seems willing to yield. Sidwell, true to form, refuses to be manipulated, even if it costs him his own blood. He sees Sunny's move not as a warning, but as a provocation, and Sidwell doesn't bluff. This is how wars start, when grief and pride eclipse reason. What makes this brewing feud all the more volatile is the tangled web of loyalties connected to each player. Christina, having barely survived the fire meant to scare her father, now becomes an unintentional catalyst for carnage. Her near-death experience is no longer a private trauma, it's a public trigger that has set into motion a series of deadly retributions. Willow, once a stabilizing influence, finds herself in emotional freefall. Carly, trying to protect her family, is rapidly accumulating enemies with every decision she makes. Michael, drifting between duty and defiance, is surrounded by voices urging him in conflicting directions. And Drew, once counted on as an ally, is now a wild card, threatening to become the very chaos he once fought against. In the midst of all this, the younger generation stands at a dangerous crossroads. Gio, still navigating the complexities of his own family identity, may soon be forced to choose between loyalty to the Quartermaines and the needs of a mother who perhaps doesn't deserve his forgiveness. Brooke Lynn, always eager to prove herself, may find that aligning with Tracy carries consequences no record label or PR campaign can mitigate. Even Daisy, a child in many ways, has become an unexpected symbol of innocence shadowed by conflict, her simple checkup now carrying the weight of secrets, suspicion, and a fractured family dynamic. What looms over Port Charles now is not just violence, it is the threat of irreversible change. Each character is being driven toward the edge, forced to reckon with the cost of their ambitions, their anger, and their alliances. Whether through whispered threats in hospital corridors, cryptic deals made in living rooms, or shouted ultimatums in dimly lit warehouses, the people of Port Charles are engaged in a series of power plays that promise no victors, only survivors. And yet, amidst all the darkness, a question lingers like smoke after a fire. When the dust settles and the blood dries, who will remain standing? Who will emerge from the wreckage not just alive, but unbroken? Because this is Port Charles, and here, no war is ever truly over. It simply evolves.